Well, I mean, what I tell people is you need to be prepared to spend $5,000 plus in per month
Hmm.
in ad spend. So anything less, so it's I always found this. So when you want to buy, in my early days when I was younger, when I was into all these hi-fi stereo equipment, I would have
Okay.
so much
Yeah.
money. I would go into these, Best Buys or the similar stores. And then, the guy would be standing in front and he would say, okay, what can I do for you? And I would say, okay, I'm looking for whatever. And then he would say, how much do you have?
Yep.
And then, of course, without exception, they would always take you to the expensive one and show you the expensive one. And then, of course, say, okay, but this is a little bit over your price range, but let me show you what we have. Of course, at that point, you're done, right? So you're not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
so just like that. But what I found was there is actually a fine point where there is a line, and if you can just go over that line a little bit, you may not get the most expensive, but you can have a pretty decent change from the next one down. So ad spend is like that. If you spend just a little bit less than that amount that you have to spend, it's wasted money. You really have to stay in the game and then keep spending. So that's why I tell people, don't come in with less than $5,000 and
Hmm.
expect that you're going to get $5,000 in sales, and then let it ride, and then make sure that you're working on the keywords, the bids, and everything else, provided that your content is optimized content with your pictures, and so that your conversion. So anything less, I say you may be disappointed and maybe just wasted money.
Yep. Yep. You're totally on. Like, you don't want to come in and essentially sort of starve your listing from the get-go. It's kind of like a fire, I think, is always the best representation or metaphor. Is, if you don't have enough wood, the thing's going to starve to death. And then it's like we spend a lot of time and money for nothing. You definitely
Yeah,
have to have enough to like get that escape velocity where we can really build something.
yeah. And the good news is you don't have to like write a check. It comes out of your Amazon statement every other week. And if you are obviously in debit, then they'll charge your credit card. Then you have another 30 days to pay for it. So if the dates work out. So that's the only comforting, thing that I can tell people.